Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. This video was more of a rant, something I've been wanting to say for the longest time. I just kept putting it off, or I was just being lazy about it. And it's not even that hard of a topic of a video. It's more of a rant story thing I've always wanted to tell. And it was always around the topic of skill-based matchmaking, or EOM, anything in general basically around that. So basically it's always that, whenever skill-based matchmaking comes up, it's the fact that matches are too hard, it's not fun. And every time this comes up, it's always the same exact thing people will always say in defense of skill-based matchmaking, saying, oh, you just want a pub stomp, you just want easy lobbies. And not everyone wants to, like, basically the thing is with skill-based matchmaking is it's the fact that there's no variety. Skill-based matchmaking ruins the variety and fun out of the game, because this match was filled with sweats, but I didn't even, the one that you're watching now, and I didn't even know that. I was just playing just for the fun of it. Next match, I could, the people that I was playing with leave, and I get a new batch of fresh people. And, again, because I stayed in the lobby and didn't disband and then didn't track how I did last match, what's it called? My matches always feel fresh no matter what. You can't do that with the newer Call of Duties. It's always, if you do too well, you get put in sweaty lobbies. And unless you start going horribly after a few matches against sweats, then you get tossed a bone, and then you get another, what's it called, situation where, again, you're playing against sweats, then you're not playing with sweats, but you never know when. It's always either if you look at your score or however you did and you did really bad, you're more than likely just going to assume, okay, it's probably going to, toss me a bone here. And then when it doesn't, you're just going to be like, okay, maybe now. You're basically just at the mercy of the system. And when it comes to a video game, a lot of people just want to unwind and just play a few games, and whether or not it was sweaty or not, the variety really helps game, make the game fresh. Because let's face it, when it comes to interaction, you don't really get much from sweats. The sweats will basically always either trash talk or just be so toxic over how the match ended up because it didn't go the way they wanted. Or if it does, you end up dealing with the people that basically were just so committed to winning that match that, because they won that match, you'll be like, hey, that was a good game. And they'll just pretty much insult you for it. And, compare that to a casual lobby, where a lobby filled with casuals, they'll be like, oh, hey, you beat us really badly. And you're like, okay, yeah, but that was a good match, right? You'll pretty much get like yeah, that was a good match. That was fun though. But, what kind, and a lot of times I'll get people saying, oh, what kind of class we're using and all that. And it leads to a conversation. And that's just from playing Black Ops 4. If I go to Cold War, Modern Warfare 2, anything like that, I don't get that kind of interaction. It's just a bunch of like people very sweaty, very antisocial, very aggressive. It's honestly very exhausting even to even play games like that in the first place, because they're just not fun. If I don't have fun with a game, eventually it gets to that point where you're just contemplating, do I really want to put myself at the mercy of the system just to play a few matches? Am I going to have fun at these matches? Because that's all it is if you want to have fun or not. And if there's no fun tied to it, then what's even the point of playing a video game? And that was just a little rant I had about skill-based matchmaking. It's not that I don't want easy matches. I just want more variety when it comes to those matches, because if you're just constantly getting the same group of people in every one of your matches just for doing good, you're going to find it's very hard to even interact with people like that. Because, again, sweaty people only care about following metas and getting high scores, getting clips and all that. They really don't. A lot of times they don't even care about playing with other people. And it's very hard to make friends with people with a mindset of, yeah, I'm better than you, or you're better than me, I don't want to play with you because you're probably hacking, kind of thing. And that kind of brings me to the little story part of it, which goes all the way back to Call of Duty World War II, which I know not many people are fond of that game, but I had a easy once in a lifetime interaction, because I can tell you right now, I don't think it's ever gonna happen again. And no, I just, for the record, I didn't win. I got my ass beat multiple times, and I didn't care, because I think this was around the time I was still casually playing Call of Duty, so I wasn't as good as I am, or as good as I think I am now, where my reflexes are good and everything. But yeah, no, Call of Duty World War II, it was about the release date of the game, so the game just came out, and I believe I was playing the map that looks like a London docks kind of thing, the one where It's like you go through like a weird brick opening. It looks like a factory, and then on the far right there's like a harbor, and on the far left it looks like you walk through like a street in an alleyway kind of thing. And there's like crates everywhere. It was like an outdoorsy looking kind of map, but there was like a bridge. Like for some reason, it had a picture of a bridge, but you could never actually walk to it. But the area was like harbor, middle section that looks like you're going through a factory. Maybe I'll look up the map, or if anyone knows what map I'm talking about, or just keep naming maps. I'll probably confirm it through the comments. But yeah, anyways, one of the people that stuck out the most, because I don't know why I decided, because this was around the time I didn't have the habit of checking score, and this is the part where I get fuzzy, but it was someone I did go up against, was someone from either Optic or FaZe. I confirmed this because after the match, or in between matches, I would check the stream and can confirm that it was them playing. But it was like they were doing this thing where I think one of them would play 3 matches and then back out before switching the account to someone else to take over, basically. And yeah, anyways, for those, I only went against them twice, but even then, it was like a completely different league, because I was trying to mimic what they were doing. Like they were jump shotting, they were kind of doing all these crazy movements and everything, and I was just kind of trying to copy it. And even though I tried to copy it, I think I only got like 1 kill out on them, but they were just pretty much calling in score streaks. I think they ended it with the ball turret, but yeah, not once. Even though I think realistically nowadays I would have backed out. Back then I was so in the moment of like, maybe I'll get good enough to beat them more and more, but I never got to that point. I only played with them like 2 matches, and then they pretty much just left. But yeah, those 2 matches were some of the funnest moments of my life, even though I was getting my ass beat, because again, I was legit I wasn't even at my peak. I was basically I was a casual at the time, going against basically some legit pros of Call of Duty. And those kinds of experiences you'll never get playing the modern Call of Duty games, because, well, again, it's just nothing but sweats, and the system will not let a casual play with a pro player. It'll basically put like a fence between you. So the casuals will play with casuals, the average or above average people will play with the above average or average people, and then the pros will play with the pros. It's honestly a crappy system in my opinion. And honestly, like I said, if skill-based matchmaking the way it is now, we had it back then, I would not have moments like this. I'm pretty sure even around Black Ops 2 and 3, Modern Warfare 2, 3, all of those, even Modern Warfare Remastered, I might have had moments where I ran into a YouTuber or a pro player and never once realized it. I would just always see, damn, that person was really good in the scoreboard and everything, and that's about it. Nowadays, I don't get, if I play the modern Call of Duty games, I do not get that experience at all. Or in this case, I just, it's just, I basically play against, if I do too well, I play against people that are, just as well too. A lot of times, because of the way I play, even though I play aggressively and everything, it just puts me against campers most of the time. And you already know those people don't even have their mics plugged in, and they're just in their own little world. And like I said, this is just something that I know everyone complains about. I've been watching videos from Blame Truth, I blame Nero, I think Murder Show, a lot of people, except for the Call of Duty ass kissers. Those guys will never acknowledge it for the life of them. But yeah, everyone else complains about it. Activision knows it's a big deal that, but I guess as long as they're making money from the casual players, that, they basically are kept safe and thinking they're good. But, you never actually get pushed past your limit unless you go against someone better than you. Because I don't know, it's just something about, like, say I was playing and they put me, like, say there's 2 average players, then there's me, 1 pro player, and then 1 very casual player. That kind of leads to more of a variety in how the match will turn out, because the pro player can take off, but what if the average people and the casual player are dying so many times that, it's keeping the score balanced. But, but then when you play the way the system is now, it's just all pro players, and then it's just basically you're just going against people that will either refuse to move from their spot, head glitch, or just using whatever gun they think is meta. And A lot of times, some people will just try to, go for weapon challenges and all that. You're actually punished for doing that nowadays. Because I think Black Ops 4 was the last game I went out of my way to get dark matter, and you know, I think I tried it with Cold War, but I mean, no, Cold War, Cold War. I couldn't do it with that game because again, it was just a mess with that game. I just really could not do it. It was honestly just a pain in the ass. You know how hard it was to even try to get what's it called, 100 headshots or whatever the challenges were, and then meanwhile the people are just sliding all over the place, head glitching or just jump shotting all over the place. And I know I could have just played hardcore to make it easier, but I just at points I just want to play red core modes and just play just for the fun of it. A lot of times, most of the time, it's not even that I want to play just to pub stomp and get clips. A lot of times I just want to play to see if I can meet other people that also want to join me and play. But a lot of people just are not like in the skill bracket that it puts me in, because I've tried this with Modern Warfare 3 and I ended up erasing all the footage. I shouldn't have, but let's just say when I was like, man, I haven't played this game in a while, I'm very rusty, and for whatever reason, instead of being, if a casual player heard me say that, they'd be like, oh yeah, I'm still learning this game myself, what gun are you using, stuff like that. For some reason, I got some sweat on my team who just thought just repeating what I said would be funny or something like that. And I guess I think he was in a squad with two other people, and they just kept repeating whatever I was saying. And I'm just like, these guys are just, because we're losing so badly, they're just trying to get fun, some fun out of this game by just simply mimic or mocking their own teammate or something for whatever reason. And it's just like, I pretty much played. That was around the time that there was a free trial for Modern Warfare 3, and I'm just like, nothing they do, as long as skill-based matchmaking and EOM is in this game, I will never touch this or not touch that game ever again. It's like, that's why I think that's why I'm having hopes too when with X Defiant. I know we're still skeptical the game's even gonna come out or not. Fingers crossed tomorrow's Monday. Maybe they might announce when the next playtest is gonna be, but realistically, I think that's what's giving me hope. It's not the fact that whether or not X Defiant's good or not. It's the fact that they advertise it with no skill-based matchmaking unless it's ranked. And, that's just giving me hope that, I can finally play casually if I do pop off. Because let's face it, I've been playing Call of Duty. I've been playing a lot of FPS games since I was 14. I'm legit about to turn 30 in like next month. So, there's no way playing 16 years of gaming is not going to make me, what's it called? If I played, realistically, it's funny too. If I were to play Call of Duty for more than 6 years and I was not seeing any improvement, I was not struggling to get dark matter, I was not able to get, pop off, carry teams and everything, I probably would have quit Call of Duty ages ago and see that as a sign that, yeah, this game's not for me. I'm just not the skill. But I've been seeing improvements. Hell, even in Overwatch 2, when I first played that game, I was starting off in silver rank, and it took me, 4 or 5 years of playing Overwatch to go from silver to grandmaster. You figured people will just look through my stats and think, oh, you suck at this game. But no. People do not just go from silver to GM without a lot of practice and a lot of, a lot of practice going into that. Even though most of the time it was just me solo queuing, because again, it was hard to make friends, because back then they had the looking for group system, and that didn't even do anything realistically. It would just, people would get pissed off, and basically it was just summarized that if you didn't win this match for us, they would just leave and you never hear from them again. If you kept giving them win streaks, then they would add you, but then most of the time they'd have their own friend group and you never hear from them again. That's also another thing, but that's for something else. It was just, like I said, I mostly just play Call of Duty games. I play multiplayer games for the sole reason of hoping I run into people to make friends with. But nowadays, that just never happens. I don't know if it's the fact that people are just naturally competitive and don't realize that it's a game, that some people will be better than you. And, because I remember I run into one group and, that because we came close multiple times, I decided to add them. They never added me back, only because they thought that I was just adding them just to insult them up for how the match turned out. And it's just like, skill-based matchmaking has just made people so sweaty, so closed off from actually socializing in video games that it's killed the community portion of it, and it's just, I don't know how to even go on without repeating myself. But yeah, that's pretty much how it was. The fun moments I had from Call of Duty World War II, getting my ass beat by a pro team, never gonna happen again in my life, because who knows how much I have to play to even have the skill-based matchmaking even pair me up with them. And that's even if I have the chance of running into them, because I get play pretty late, so there's a good chance I might not run into them. Plus, the Call of Duty hype train seems to die quicker than usual this time around. And yeah, it's just, honestly, it sucks. I'll keep playing Black Ops 4, but hopefully once X Defiant comes out, I can switch over to that. Otherwise, who knows? Maybe I'll give another game a shot. I've been asking this question a lot, and no one seems to be able to answer it for me. If Rainbow Six Siege is worth getting back into. Hopefully, this video reach out to people and tell them if they can tell me or not, if I should try this game or not. Anyways, that about does it for the video. It was just, like I said, a really long rant that I've been meaning to make for such a long time. Skill-based matchmaking and even then, I think the bandage fix for me with skill-based matchmaking would have just been if they stopped expanding the lobbies. If the game really is putting me with people of my skill level, you know how I usually learn to counter them or how to actually beat them? I keep playing them, eventually learn their moves, and then find ways to basically beat them at their however they move. If they camp a lot, use a far range weapon and play from corners. If they rush, pick a weapon that's good at close quarters or faster fire rate. But if it's constantly just making me switch off and making me deal with new people, and I never know if they're going to be good or not, and if they are, I just know that if I do too well, the system's just going to put me with new people of the same skill level but different play style, if that makes sense. Anyways, yeah, I don't want to keep this video ranting long enough. By the way, fun fact for any of you that decide to watch this video and want to or watch any of this video or any past videos, if you ever rewatch it, put it on speeds 1.25. I actually sound a little better, and it's a little more if there's any pauses between my voice, it actually gets rid of it, believe it or not. I do that with most videos, I do that with most people I watch, but just thought I'd share that out there. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I plan on making more videos soon. I just don't know when or what. I've been kind of really what's that word? Brain fogged lately. I can't decide what to make videos. But yeah, just feel free to support me if you can. And yeah, follow my Twitch. Leave everything in the description. And until next time, I'll see you all later.